2 books.
Hey everyone, Miranda here. So today I'm doing a non-spoiler review on 2 books that I think you should all be picking up. These 2 books are Time Shifters. Book 1, Beyond Time by Laura and Anile, and the second one is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Yes, look at those covers. They're both red books, I just noticed. They've both got that red and black thing. So the first book I'm talking about is this book, Time Shifters, Book 1, Beyond Time by Laura and Anile. I met this author when I went to Clunes Booktown, and she was just so lovely and so nice, and recently I just kept in contact with her because she's going to give me the second book to do for review. So yes, I cannot wait. This was just a fabulous book. She also signed my book on the inside. Dear Miranda, happy reading, best wishes, Laura. Oh, she's just so nice. So this is just one of those reads that you just want the next book. The genres that this book would fit in is, it's a time travel book, of course, it's a dystopian, it's a romance, and it's also a little bit of an action. The book starts in our time now, and it's about this boy called Ryder. Ryder is just like walking to school one day, everything's normal, everything's cool, and he gets in this fight, and all of a sudden he gets this pain in him, suddenly swept through time to the year 2127. He wakes up there in this lab, he doesn't know what's going on, and next thing you know, there's this scientist over there, and then he has like this mirror put in front of him. He's in another body, but he's still the same person. If you've read Every Day by David Lethington, kind of like that. He's himself in another body in 2127, while someone is like an imposter in his body back in 2015. He has to fool everyone that he is actually Zyra. If he doesn't fool everyone, the secret can come out and there will be major consequences, because in this time there's a major like threat if you're caught stealing at the theft and identity. He's promised 2 weeks, but at the very end of the day, who can he really trust, and what are the intentions of this future society? There's also a little love triangle in this book. We have a girl called Kira. There's also this other guy called Jet. So a bit of a love triangle for all those people interested. First off, what I loved about it, the ticks for this book, the ending. The ending wanted me to pick up the next book straight away. It was fantastic. Ryder as Zion as a character, he was very, very brave, and the way he took things in, from someone coming from 2015 swept 100 years in the future, he handled it very, very well. I loved the dystopia of the future that Laura created. There was also a lot of new inventions which I found really interesting. One was there was this plate that you put into your mouth and it brushes your teeth straight away. Also, everyone wears this bracelet and you can scan it to get into anything you want to. It kind of comes up with your ID. I like the relationship that started to form between Kira and Zion / Ryder. I thought that it was believable enough. I don't know, I wanted them to get together, but then there was also this guy called Jet. And Jet's kind of tough and all rebellious. He's in the rebels. Deep down, you know, he has a heart of gold. It really made him charming in a way, and I really liked him. The negatives in this book, not that they're negative at all, but I always say positive and negative. Sometimes everything can be a bit too fast. If this book was possibly slowed down a little, I would have loved it. I would have loved to know more about Ryder, maybe in 2015 before he was swept into the future. Maybe a bit more of them, a bit more of his everyday life. Maybe if there's a little more world building, that would have been good. And also, there's always in this book like who to trust. You don't know who to trust. And sometimes I got too much, because as soon as I trust one person, I'd be like, oh my god, there's another person. Other than that, I have to rate this book a 5 out of 5. More info on this book, you can go to Laura's website, and I'll leave that down below if you sound interested to read this book. It will be out in bookstores very shortly, I think, but if you want to order it, you can order it, I think, on her website. Thank you so much for this book. I loved it, and I cannot wait to receive the second one, but I just gotta know what happens next. I really, really do. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. There was a lot of very high expectations going into it. I know a lot of people loved it on BookTube and on Goodreads. Personally, this was not my favorite read in the world, and I'm probably gonna get so much bad vibes for saying that. I'm so sorry. I enjoyed it, like, for some of it, and then I'll get confused. Yeah, it was just a hard read for me. This book is a dystopian / fantasy. Basically, it's set in Mars in the future, and we have this boy named Darrow. Darrow works in the mines as a hell diver, one of the most dangerous jobs that you can have. It's a job that can put you at risk every day and you can die. Darrow is also a red, one of the lowest rankings in society. Reds are like slaves to society, to the big people, the gold. This society is kind of a bit weird. Everyone marries really, really young. Darrow is married, he's only like around 17. His wife has dreams, big dreams. The plot and what happens in this book is based around him trying to achieve his wife's dreams. What I really love is the plot of the book. The plot was just fantastic. The setting, what it was about, what happens, it was so good. I also really love how Darrow, you know, starts off this like guy and turns into this huge massive hero. How society was divided up, it was so interesting to know, and respect to the author for the language of this book and the way you wrote it. I highly respect that. However, this is where there is the downers for me. The writing style may be a plus for some, but it's a minus for others. It was so hard to read because of that writing style. If this was written maybe in the way that another book was written, so for example like The Hunger Games is, I would have loved it, I would have been immersed in it so much more, but the writing style let me down. I found it really hard to focus. I was very confused some of the time. The start was very slow for me. I picked up about halfway through, but I was just, will I read the next page at the very beginning? There are so many new terms to learn in this book, and I felt like I really wanted a dictionary. It was a bit like Maze Runner. There's some slang that you have to get used to. Even though I was so proud of the main character, I wasn't really attached to him as much as I wanted to be personally, and I mean no offense to anyone else because I can get why people love this book. I rated it a 3 out of 5. This is just my personal opinion. Please don't take it to heart. Will I pick up the next one? Maybe. Will I reread this book? Possibly. Maybe I wasn't in the right mind frame reading this book. Maybe I should just pick it up again in a couple of months and then see how I go. I get it. I want to get into it, but I just can't. I don't know why. It's so annoying. I hope you enjoyed my non-spoiler reviews for these 2 books. Make sure that, you know, you just go pick them up and enjoy. See for yourselves. See how you enjoy them. I'm Miranda. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.